Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Today we will read verse number 12 of Vilapa Kusumanjali. I thought that the last days the subject was somehow begging for mercy, begging for Madhukari. So I thought that verse is also in the mood of begging, to continue the feeling of this humble begging. So please, everyone, I will read today. Just feel free to, whenever you feel inspired, to jump and say something. I will be happy to listen.
Okay.
Oh, Kalyani, auspicious.
Devi is asking, please slow.
Yes, I understand. Oh, Kalyani, auspicious or beautiful girl, when will the jingling of your ankle bells, that is like an ocean of nectarian rasa, cure my deafness? Commentary. In the previous verse, it was experienced how the beloved deity is rarely attained, and how the desire to attain her, even in a dream, had arisen. In this verse, Sri Raghunath prays, O Kalyani, when will the jingling of your ankle bells, that is like an ocean of nectar, remove my deafness? Here the sound of Sri Radha's ankle bells are compared to an ocean of rasa and nectar. This rasa is tasted within the spiritual self. So I remember many times when we were reading and sharing this verse with our beloved Gurudev, and he always said that the deafness comes because of two things. One time, because I don't want to hear, and another because I cannot hear. I don't want to hear is the ignorance, because I am still, listening so many vibrations from my mind, from my senses, from external existence. And I can't, because I don't have the mercy yet. I don't have enough eagerness, maybe. I don't have involvement. Today I was thinking, yes, why don't I hear anything but my own ideas or thoughts? Because I was thinking, because not so much involvement is there, maybe not so much real desire. But when Srimati Radhika is very merciful, then this jingling can appear even to a deaf ear, because the jingling itself is cure. It's a cure. These ankle bells are like an ocean of nectar, can remove my deafness. And my deafness is my ignorance, my inability to have spiritual ears, my inability to really make it more important what I want to hear and what I can forget to hear. Here the sound of Sri Radha's ankle bells are compared to an ocean of rasa and nectar. Oh, by the way, Gurudev is doing initiations right now, and also Jayananda Maharaj is with him. Radhe, please come sit down. Then I don't feel so... And this rasa is tasted within the spiritual self. So if I don't hear anything, that is a sign that I'm just not connected with my spiritual self yet. This rasa is tasted within the spiritual self, and Anuragi Sripad Bilva Mangala Thakur was fascinated by the jingling of Sri Govinda's ankle bells in his Krishna Karanamrita and said, "May the sweet jingling of the ankle bells, the jeweled ankle bells of the Gopi lover, Krishna, the lover of Radha, that sounds like the cooing of swans in a lotus forest of the Yamuna river, be manifest in my mind." Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj writes in his commentary on this verse that the jingling of Krishna's ankle bells is so relishable because he is following Srimati Radhika at that time. Then how can we describe the sweetness of the jingling of Sri Radhika's ankle bells when she is followed by Govinda? So very interesting. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is Kasturi Manjari, and he is explaining that Krishna's ankle bells are so sweet because he has this sweet inspiration to follow Srimati Radhika. And in that feeling of submission and eagerness, her love is even shining through his jingling of ankle bells, and the manjaris are listening this sound. And then they say that what to think about the sweetness of the jingling of Radhika's ankle bells when she is followed by Govinda. So that makes her ankle bells even more glorious, because he who can make the whole world fall in love with him and who can steal the mind of all beings, his mind has been stolen by Srimati Radhika by hearing her ankle bells. And thus he becomes so sweet. His walking and following her is the sweetest that the manjaris are experiencing. We see that Krishna Das Kaviraj is in his Thai bath.
Radhe Radhe Suniti Didi.
Yes, please help me.
No, I just wanted to say, because maybe you don't read it, but 2 times the question was arising, if you could go a little bit slower in reading.
Okay. No, I cannot read it from here. You are right. But maybe you want to say something.
I was just thinking that actually the leading sound is coming from Radharani, from whatever aspect. It's the leading sound for Krishna and the leading sound for us. And we may see it in different aspects also. One aspect is that actually Radharani is the mother of all jivas. So her sound is leading all the jivas. All jivas, if they hear what is emanating from her, will be directed to the purest love, to the lotus feet of Radharani herself. So it's good to hear. It's good to concentrate on that sound. And Radharani is Adi Guru. She is sending her aspect, let's make it simple, to Nitai in all different gurus to us, through the gurus to us. So actually the real Mahavani, Adi Mahavani, is coming from her. All sound which emanates from her are actually most relevant for us. And that makes her so beautiful. Oh Kalyani, auspicious, oh beautiful girl. When will the jingling of your ankle bells, that is like an ocean of nectarian rasa, cure my deafness? Yes, that's the point. It will cure our deafness because we are deaf to hear what is emanating from her. And that's why we are in a sad situation. But if we start to hear by the mercy of someone who had already heard, then auspiciousness will come into our life by the mercy of Radha. And even her beauty will come to us. Our life will become beautiful. Just one little aspect.
So that's very beautiful, Gauravani ji. Nice. But fallen people like me are asking the question, of course, how can I hear Radhika? So for me, hearing Radhika or the leading sound, like you beautifully said, hearing Radhika is for me out of reach. But there's a big but. The leading sound of Radhika is channeled by the mercy of Gurudev. So the words of Guru are actually representative for the leading sound of Maharani Radhika. So Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. So if we make the words of Shri Guru into our heart, our own heart, that they can live there nicely, and we hear the words of Gurudev, we should always, like you said, remember that is the channel. In Sadhakavesh, it is the channel that we can hear properly now. And when we advance, we may, in good fortune, hear the words of Kusumanjali, which are still the leading sound of Swamini. So this is our good fortune, that we are blessed with a Sadguru who is connected to the lotus feet of Swamini. So we can nicely hear the leading sound, you said, of Swamini, which is coming through Guru Parampara. That is what Gurudev always saying. This is Parampara. This transmission of the sound vibration coming down into our hearts. This is what is the most precious thing.
Jai Ho. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati writes in his Radharas Sudhanidhi, verse 16, when can I see Sri Radha with her charming form, shyly looking down at her own toes, when she sees the moon-like face of Krishna, the king of relishes, from far, as she steps along with jingling ankle bells. The endless streams of Mahabhav that gush or emanate from Radhika's limbs when she experiences the ecstasy of seeing Krishna sprinkle her ankle bells and make their jingling sound like an ocean of nectar. So this is interesting. Srimati Radhika has, jingling ankle bells. And these ankle bells are conscious. They are alive. So when she gets a vision of her beloved during the day, then endless feelings emanate from her transcendental body. Very high feelings of ecstasy, of desire to make him happy. When will we meet again? Or have I seen this person before? Or many, many ways how she feels in different situations. But these feelings are emanating from her whole body, and they are sprinkling, they are like embracing her ankle bells, and they give that sound.
Here, I think here also what is worth mentioning, if I may, I was reminded, Suniti, when you read the deafness, the Acharyas always beautifully express very very important teachings by metaphors or by using these blindness and deafness. So, Oma Jnana Timirandasya, I am blind, I am deaf. So, this blindness and the deafness, if you are now in Raganuga Bhakti and in Manjari Bhav Sadhana, is a clear sign that we should all be very, very eager to try to conceive of our Seda Deha, of our spiritual form, because otherwise, how can we see? We are not blind. We are blind for the spiritual things. We are not deaf. We are deaf for the spiritual things. So, yes, lower, I know. So this is a very clear sign for every sadhaka that the goal is to wish and be eager to receive and to realize our eternal form. This is the alpha and the omega of everything, of every endeavor, of every limb of bhakti. This is the Siddha Swarup that we can become perfect in that matter. So this blindness and deafness, we should always ask, how can this happen? That I can see. And Gurudev many times says that it is very important to develop our spiritual senses. So I can speak for me. I'm sitting here in this material cage with these eyes and the ears, but the eagerness we should pray for, that we can one day really see and really hear that. And this we cannot do as a soul. We can only do if we are identifying ourselves with the Swarup Gurudev has or will reveal to us. So this should be always in our center of our desire.
Radhe, Radhe. Very nice what you said, Taran Baba. And I had just one inspiration to share some way how we can get more conscious. Because hearing means consciousness. Chaitanya also means consciousness. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the greatest Prabhu of consciousness, actually he is giving us an example. But how could we start? Just here in this world, very easy. If you look conscious in this world, I mean, just this material world, look conscious. You will immediately understand here is nothing which you can really enjoy. If you really look conscious, if you just look a little bit, then you will see, oh yes, I will enjoy this and that. But if you really look conscious, you will see, actually there's nothing to enjoy. And this is a good start. Because then you will think, next step, well then where is the real enjoyment? And then you may come to the point that somebody in your life is giving you a hint. And then you may find a person who has the right view, a guru, and he will give you, open up your real eyes, your real ears, and make you conscious on another platform. But it can start here by just being really conscious about everything. I just wanted to share that because it's a very easy start.
So
Sometimes, sorry.
No, go.
Sometimes we may be discouraged and we may think, oh my God, I cannot feel, I cannot see, I cannot experience my spiritual form. And in my case, what helps most, although I don't have all these things, what helps for me the most is to know that there is some, one lady was asking me a very beautiful question, if I may share. She was asking, Gurudev always says that we have a spiritual form. And as that form, we are in the Leela and we can imagine ourselves witnessing this Leela. So she asked me, how can I understand this? What is my form doing right now when I try to become and to realize that form? It's a very good question. But actually, this question is also doomed because our mind is thinking linear and thinking in chronological terms. So we cannot ask, what is my spiritual form doing right now? This is not possible because eternal time is not working linear and also not working chronologically. Our mind, as long as we are trapped by the gunas, we can never understand what means eternal presence. Now, eternal presence means Radhika meets Krishna always for the first time. Our mind, he cannot understand this. But now comes a very good point. I asked my Baba about this, and he gave a very beautiful example. So yes, and he is switching now. From our perspective, it seems that the form is not doing anything because I try to realize my form. So she cannot do anything there, right? But this is our danger of the mind who is trapped in three-dimensional space and time. But Baba said a very wonderful example. Don't go into this until you realize it. This was the first thing. And the second thing is, until then, just think that your spiritual form is like a wonderful dress who is hanging in an armoire or in a wardrobe, and it's not fitting you right now. So you have to grow into this beautiful dress, and one day you have to wear this dress. So this is a good example for me and a helpful example for me because we cannot imagine our spiritual form until we realize it. But this, knowing that we have the chance, we have this beautiful dress, in a sense, from our perspective, waiting for us. It's not waiting, but this is what we think. So this is very helpful. And even only knowing your name and your dress and your age, just knowing this on the material platform, even if, like me, you don't feel like a young girl, but knowing that this is there is very, very, very helpful from my experience. And this example that this dress is waiting for us is helping also. Because if we go into this imagining from our time to the spiritual time, this is not working. We go crazy. This is not working. We cannot understand this. We cannot ask this question because eternal time and material time is different. But we will realize it when the dress will fit us. That means actually what means that? Satyanarayan Das Babaji explained to me this also very beautifully. He said, actually the spiritual form is a form made of bhav, of feeling, of sentiment. And the jiva is tatashta shakti. We are the marginal energy. And now comes a very beautiful point. The spiritual form is svarupa shakti. The spiritual form, the Siddha Deha is made, it's not made, but it consists of the Shakti of Krishna. It is his internal energy, the Svarupa Shakti. So what happens is now the following. The Jiva is Tatastha Shakti, and we engage in Manjari Bhav Sadhana. And by Sambit and Ladini Shakti, ergo Bhakti, the Jiva, the Tatastha Shakti gets imbued, gets completely overtaken by Svarupa Shakti. And then there is no more any difference between that. That means we will not anymore feel the difference between my hand, my arm, my body, but we will be that body because it's a body made of bhav. So this is for me a very interesting point that you can this process of bhakti, the combination of sambit, knowledge, and ladini, auspiciousness and bliss, will make the jiva into something that this form will fit you. So this is the beautiful magical way of bhakti that actually the jiva will be that Sita Deha. And this happens if we process through the steps of bhakti. And when then this Svarupa Shakti will engulf us, the jiva will be there, but there will be no more any difference between mind, soul, and body. We will be a completely different personality. And this is what is very inspiring, that actually by the process given by Guru, by Bhakti Devi, this transformation will certainly happen at one point.
Wonderful, Tarun Baba. Thank you. And it reminded me what Gurudev said today. In the morning, he gave initiations. And I was explaining Diksha mantras. And I feel that the Diksha mantras are the feelings that are transferring and transforming my material existence into my spiritual being. Because Gurudev said that if we don't feel intensely connected by practicing our Diksha mantras, we will never be able to realize or to feel the Svarup. Or let's say, in other words, in more simple words, because I like simple, it makes sometimes the things more clear. If I don't connect to the Guru Parampara, to my Gurudev, through these expressions of love in the form of mantras, then my eternal dress, my eternal name will never fit. And last time when we were here, Gurudev said something like, when you stand in front of Radha Mohan and you remember who you are, they become very big and you become very small. It's a transformation of perception. But if I stand in front of them with my material body and I think they are stone figures, then I seem to be very big and they seem to be very small. And that's as simple as it is. The difference is the perception in the form of feelings. Externally, it cannot be measured. Externally, it cannot be observed. Only I can observe it in myself. Am I becoming smaller? Am I becoming more, childlike? Gaurasunda is always, every night he's sleeping together with Gurudev as his guardian, Sevak. And then sometimes they churn so much nectar in the night, or when Gurudev sleeps, then Gaurasunda gets many internal inspirations. And today the inspiration was, if I become childlike, if I become small like a child, then the divine can reveal in my heart. The more I feel big or in any kind of ego position, I try to be like a great devotee or whatever I like to be externally, then this childlike nature will not appear, and the spiritual emotions that are connected to that helpless and small and sweet nature cannot develop.
Very wonderful, very wonderful. So Niti, I was just thinking when you said about Diksha mantras, that there is one line of Baba in Shikshastakam, and or in Guru Tattva, one of the both, he is saying, I think in the Guru Tattva book, he is saying, chanting the holy name will lead you to Shri Gurudev and Diksha. And chanting the holy name after receiving Diksha will lead you to Prema. So I found this, when I read this first, I didn't understand. But now it is so clear, that when you chant the holy name, automatically it will lead you to Sadguru. And Sadguru will give you Diksha mantras. And the Diksha mantras will reveal to you everything, your aspirations, everything is there. And then this will also lead to Siddha Pranali, to the revelation of your form. And from that moment on, when you receive this Diksha, Jiva Goswami is saying, Diksha means Divya Gyan, the knowledge of your relationship to your Ishtadev. So from that moment on, then the holy name will lead you to prema. So Baba sometimes writes very simple things, but it's so ocean-wide deep, I was thinking.
So actually, for me, the question arose, how to be small? How to think us to be small? So if somebody may come and say, you're so puffed up and, you have to be humble and like this and that, like sometimes in the past happened. I saw that actually this never helped in the end to stay small. But what makes us really small, my experience is love. If you feel that somebody is loving you, although you see all these things in you which actually does not fit to this energy, who are not worth to be loved, but still the person loves you, actually this is making me small, and this will stay. So, like Trinatapi Sunichana, we know the verse of Shikshastakam. Actually, Mahaprabhu is expressing his love because he's in the mood of Radha. And he is actually praising the name of Krishna. And he has full love because he, in this situation, is Radha, the mood of Radha. And she loves Krishna so much. And this actually is bringing him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this situation. He feels very small and humble. And in this way, actually, this verse is created in that mood, out of love, deep, deep love, ecstatic love. So actually, I was thinking about this because what is the need of smashing each other's ego? This is never helpful. But it's always helpful to give love, to give understanding, to lead us, ourselves, also forgive us, to lead me and others in love, actually. This always helps. And this is making us small.
Gaurvani, I many times, this is such a wonderful point. Many times I said here in this assembly that humility is not unworthiness. This is a completely wrong understanding. This is so wrong. We have learned this from the beginning, that we are a fool, we are rascal. That is how we feel, but it has nothing to do with unworthiness, because we know that as a manjari of Radhika, we are very, very much worthy. So this smallness, it doesn't mean the last piece of shit in the street, like now plainly speaking, but we are worthy in the matter that it is like a huge clockwork, and without one single piece, the clock will not work. So the manjaris are very, very important for the rasa and for the enjoyment of the divine couple. But this is not making us proud, like you said, because we understand that this is coming from love of Gurudev. Without the love of the Vaishnava and Guru, we can never feel humility. Humility, sometimes the ego needs to be controlled, agreed. But the more powerful way, I also agree, is that love is shown. Like Gurudev is showing love to everybody, like Baba was showing so much love. So this love will do this. It will do this automatically. So we should not hide in the closet thinking we are very unworthy, we are useless, and all these things. This is not conductive to self-realization, in my humble opinion.
And after all, who is making us the smallest? Love itself. Radharani, because she is actually showing us the way. She is saying that even if another gopi will come and wants to enjoy with Krishna, then she will be the servant of that gopi. We have to just meditate a little bit maybe on that to understand. She will serve the gopi who satisfies Krishna's wishes. If it's Krishna's wish to enjoy with another gopi, she will serve that gopi. Completely selflessness. And because she is showing us this practically, not theoretically, practically, she is actually our goal. And we are the half syllable, the smallest servant. No, gopi, we don't want to enjoy. No, we want to serve that gopi who has such a selfless love to become also selfless like this, actually. And this makes us small. Radharani's greatness.
Gauranga Sundara, you want to add like something?
I'm flowing in the flow of my brothers and Baba's words. Please help me to continue this flow. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe. Yeah, whatever feelings that might help me to come in the right flow, I will just embrace them. And I beg for them every day, every minute. That Swamini and her Dasis will help me to tune in with them. That Guru Devi will help me to be on track emotionally, in my actions, in my prayers. And if I'm losing the track...
Gurudev kann stellen, aber jetzt hat er es weggedreht von der Kamera, jetzt sehe ich noch nicht. Sagt das so.
Oh, Taul Baba, wir hören dich.
Oh, I just saw that Gurudev appeared. Jai Gurudev, so nice to see you. But your voice is not coming, Gurudev. Microphone may be off. Microphone. Can you hear him?
Yeah, I will do.
Oh,
No,
now
please,
he's there.
Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Yeah, Dandavad.
Dandavad.
Yeah. But voice is there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Jai Ho.
There are Dandavad to all Vaishnava. Gauravani ki jai. Arun Baba. I go in Priya ki jai. Jai Ho. Jai. Priya ki jai. There are.
Bye, Gurudev.
Jai.
I love you, Gurudev. I love you.
Yeah, listen the class. I also love you. Yeah. My God. Yeah. Yeah, say, my dear.
Yes, Gurudev, we're discussing how to remove the deafness.
Yeah.
How to become spiritually aware in our spiritual senses. How to put on our beautiful dresses.
Yeah.
How to become small. How to become a real Dasi and to pray for this.
Yeah.
Every minute of the day that the deafness will be removed, the ignorance will be removed by mercy, that we become really who we are and live in that. That is the subject.
Right. Yeah.
Become small and always begging and helpless, so that we need the mercy every minute of these feelings of Srimati Radhika and her Dasis.
Yeah. Yeah. Radhika and Dasi's mercy. Right.
Yes.
I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
on, Guru. The speaker is there. They can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This we don't need it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. I'm very good to listen, all of you. Still, my voice is not good. I feel very heavy pressure to say something.
Don't worry, Gurudev. We're just happy to see you.
Yes.
If you are with us, then we are feeling very strong.
And when you are with me, I feel that I'm very protected. Every day is Sunday, but no holidays.
You are always in service, 24/7, Guru. We try to follow you.
No,
But
no.
we are
I
deaf
want
and
to
blind.
learn from you. I'm learning every day from all of you. We are all Radha Dasi. We have to learn. Learning is the beauty of Dasi.
Yes.
Baba is telling we are ready to learn every moment. That is 24/7. How much we can learn which moment.
Yes. Sri
Yeah.
Raghunath Das says, please let me relish just one drop
Yeah.
of the nectar, the sweet nectar of this jingling of your jingling bells.
Wow. My God. You see, our Acharya, one drop. Teacher want one drop to one time to listen that thing. Wow.
Yes.
Of that nectar. Because my ear is not listening. What do you say?
Deaf.
Till I know listen your jingling, my deafness will not go. I want to listen that jingling, what is coming from your lotus feet. That's Babaji. You cannot add one word in that. If you add, it's not rasa, I will come. I so many times try to add something. It's not like that. You have to drink word to word of him. He's full of feelings. Wow. Read this line again.
Sri Raghunath Das says, please let me relish just one drop of the sweet nectar of this jingling.
Wow. This is the teacher's, Acharya's teaching. One drop, all will change. Because this jingling, I know, listen. The feeling of jingling, I know, understand. Yeah.
His heart is filled with this strong desire. And this desire always increases.
Well, why we have many desires? So not listening one drop of jingling. 1 minute, that desire not make me to listen that. Wow.
Words cannot really describe these lamentations.
There is no power for this word. Words to explain this feeling. Wow.
Through these prayers, the absorption of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami can be experienced.
Wow. So,
not everyone can be addressed so lovingly with Kalyani. It's all auspicious, Swamini.
always would want to do Kalyan, means always want to serve, to give love and always want to give something. Kalyan. That is the meaning of Kalyan. Merciful, all time mercy. No qualification required for her mercy. Unqualified is more beneficial and more fast beneficial. So her name is Kalyani.
Connection lost, huh?
Seems so.
So need you too.
So then, Tarun, Baba, share something, please.
We are here again, Jai Ho.
Jai
Good.
Ho.
Very good.
You know what I was just thinking when I read this sentence? It's really something to cry about, because Baba says the sweetness of this address does not indicate the heart's perception of anything from this material world. It means our hearts, or let's say my heart, has no perception of what it means that he calls Swamini Kalyani. But what I always feel, and what you also expressed, Tarun, when we feel the feelings of our Guru Devi or our other teachers, then their feelings they can transfer the feelings into my heart. That is how I feel. Because I feel for myself, I cannot produce these feelings. You know, it's just like, it is another dimension that I have no access to by my own endeavors.
It is. It is. That is Guru Parampara. This is coming. This is coming from the heart of the Vaishnava Satgurus, that we can, this rays of prema, they enter into our heart through those who have it in their hearts. And Gurudev just made a very wonderful, very, very beautiful point. This is, Gauravani, what we were talking about. Gurudev again confirmed it. We should never care for these qualification, worthiness things. We should love ourselves and everyone else, and we should really understand. Kalyani means this precious person, Radhika, who is giving the mercy out, not considering who is valuable and who is not valuable, by the mercy of Mahaprabhu. So we should not sit down and we should be hopeless and we will never get it. This is very wrong. This is not the way the acharyas are teaching us. We should always be eager to get this drop of mercy, not thinking how bad we are. If we are focused on how bad we are, I can see the material world. When we focus in the material world on the negative things will come. So I experienced this many times. So if this is the point, then we should transfer this into the spiritual way. We should always be eager for Kalyani, that she is giving out the mercy for us. We are all some or another in this pool of aspirants, and there is no need to always be preoccupied with qualifications, this and that. So love, like Gurudev says, love is the key, love is the way, love is the answer.
Thank you to make this point again clear. That means we can be full of hope, actually. Not because of our qualification. No, we don't need it. We don't need any qualification. We can be full of hope because Swamini is so undescribable merciful that she says, whoever wants to come to me in my seva is exactly like he should be. Whoever has this wish in his heart, starting on this path, he doesn't have to consider, I am qualified or not. Because Swamini says, you are exactly like I want you to be. Start from where you are. You cannot start from a point where you don't are, isn't it? I cannot drive from an airport in Hamburg if I'm in Heidelberg. First, I have to come to Heidelberg. So first, I have to come to myself, understand. Yes, I'm fallen. Yes, I'm not proud of this situation, but this is my situation. It's reality. So start from that point. Because Radharani will show you the way by her mercy, and she will send people who will help you. This is my experience. Otherwise, I would never ever meet Gurudev. How? He was ringing on my bell in my house. In Germany, I didn't have to go to Vrindavan. So he personally brought the mercy. By the mercy of Tarun Baba and Govinda Priya, the jingling was coming.
Jai Ho.
Can I connect the speaker with this?
Why not good?
Because if you speak, then this sound will go to this mic and the other sound will produce creating echo.
Can you mute them? The sweetness of this address, O Kalyani, does not indicate the heart's perception of anything from this material world. So now Baba explains how these transcendental pastimes awaken in the heart. These transcendental pastimes bloom up within the heart in such a way that nothing from this visible world can be perceived within the heart anymore. Means they take over. Material consciousness muddens the heart of the practicing devotees, makes it muddy. But this experience cannot be had through mere dry knowledge, but only through pure love, characterized by an intense feeling of possessiveness. Yeah, maybe we can share about this possessiveness, because that is an important point here, that the experience we are desiring and praying
Is your Sarup. Is possessiveness of not material but
Jai Ho. Jai Ho. Yes.
my Sarup. How much time I give to be there. Then I follow my Guru Manjari. My Guru. How much time I'm using for this position. That's a asthai bhav. How much I'm fixed myself. I'm in Sanchari or Sthai. Right? In ping pong or ping then ping. What teaching is all place we see is only to become ping, only to be a saiba. It is all preparation to fix myself in my constitutional position. Right or not? Because I have to listen spiritual jingling, not material jingling. This jingling is only come when we listen the flute of Krishna. But Manjari is not interested to listen the flute of Krishna. He wants only to listen jingling of Radhika. Right? But our acharyas are so helpful. They say first, listen the flute of Krishna. When you will sign with Krishna, then he will open the door to listen jingling of Radhika. Our Raghunath Goswami, our Anandas Babaji want to open our vision in Siddhadeha, that you can only listen in Siddhadeha jingling of Radhika. Fix yourself. So merciful. Sometimes I think that why I waste my time. I started reading this Vilapa Kusumanjali when I was in 70, 80. And then I travel whole world after that. What crazy I was. So I do this useless job. My Mohan Baba, my god brother, and he can never listen without me. And he never allow other god brother to sit and listen. He only sit and listen with me. I don't know why he do that. But that time was not in English, Bangla. So that time I'm listening the book of Baba in Bangla. Vilapa, Kusumanjali and Radha Rasulani, two books. And still we are reading. But every day is a new line, a new paragraph, and new feelings are flowing. Means one Manjari in his Siddha Deha, he is explaining how to feel and be with this. Wow. There is no word to glorify his beauty and this book. And its realization. Without realization, nobody can understand this. Explain this.
Yes, good. You are so much reminding us. I have an echo here. That actually it is the mercy of Baba that he is one Manjari and she is telling us how to get experienced in our Manjari. Dasi Bhav, and how to feel, and he's guiding. She is guiding us there, and that is the whole purpose of this book. The book is glorifying Srimati Radhika and her guidance, and also at the same time giving us guidance and hope and advice.
I know, I agree with you. He catches the hand and bringing himself to see and feel it. And
Yes, catching.
To show you and become mad. The beauty of this book.
Yes. Not only showing in an impersonal way, catching us by the hand.
Listen, jingling.
Come with me. I want to show you and listen the jingling with me.
You are qualified or not qualified. I will make you to listen jingling.
Wow. Wow. This is Guru Kripa.
Kripa. This is Kripa. Kripa means without effort you receive it. That is Kripa. If I do effort, receive is not Kripa. My effort. This is the Kripa. You are mine or not mine, but I will make you to mine.
Wow.
You have to listen.
Wow.
You see or not see, but I see you. This is the Kripa.
Wow.
So I will catch your hand and bring that position to you. Have to listen.
Wow.
If you don't listen, I will clean your ear that you listen.
Wow.
This mercy.
Wow.
Because he catch our hand. That's the beauty of mercy. I know catch hand. There are two types of catching. Market, the monkey also, baby catch.
The mother.
And one is a cat baby, also catch baby from her mouth.
Mm.
Where she goes, she brings.
Wow.
The mother is catching to the baby. Baby is not catching to the mother. This is Kripa.
Hi, Tuki Kripa, Gurudev. Causeless master.
If I catch, I can leave you. But when mother will catch, she will never leave. Where she will go, she will bring catching in the mouth. That is Kripa. Yeah.
Jaya Gurudev. So nice.
Wow.
I am deaf, I am blind, but you catch me, Gurudev.
When I see Tarun Baba, I got and Govinda Priya, my feeling grows. I don't know.
Wow.
Gurudev, we love you so much. Unbelievable. So nice to see you, Gurudev. So nice.
I love you, my dear. My Govinda Priya. Now they are translating in Japan her book. Right? No, you are writing. They love to translate it. You permit them that they will translate and give to others. And they are also trying to translate Scent of Praja and Scent of Bengal.
I know. Very nice.
Is Jananda Maharaj desired, and devotee wants like this.
Beautiful.
Gurudev's Kripa. Guru Kripa.
Gurudev is telling, bhakti cannot come if you not read Bhaktamal. That's the pastime of bhaktas.
Yes.
Come. Bhakti comes by reading the past of pure devotee. A life of pure devotee. How they suffer and they never feel suffering. Because intense love is there to them. Favorable chances and unfavorable chances. Both is possible to come in our life. But Bhakta, how managed to deal it? Yeah. Read. You
In this
also.
connection, Shri Krishna says, now comes one verse from Bhagavad Gita. That which is night to all beings, when everyone sleeps, in that state of transcendental bliss, the self-controlled saints keep awake. And that temporary material happiness in which all beings keep awake is a night to the seer or to those who can see the divine love. Who else but a person who has awakened his internal identity can address Radharani like this, calling her Kalyani? The great sage Shukadev was astonished by the feelings of mindness felt toward Krishna by his loving devotees in Braja, and he told Maharaj Parikshit, the Lord who is called Adhokshaje, he who is not perceivable through the material senses, has no inside, no outside, no before and no after. He is pervading the world from west to east, inside and outside. And his form is the world itself. But now he allowed himself to be bound by a grinding mortar by his gopi mother, Yashoda, just like an ordinary mortal human child. Here the all-pervading Lord loses his omnipotence at the hands of his loving devotee. What is impossible in the world of tattva, of spiritual truth, becomes possible in the world of lila, Although Krishna is the Supreme Lord, who cannot be perceived by even by great mystics, he still allows his cowherder boyfriend, Sridham, to climb his shoulders after he lost a game. The Supreme Lord, whose lotus feet cannot even be perceived by the greatest mystics, now holds his lotus feet on the chest of his cowherder boyfriends. And there is no comparison to the amorous relationship a devotee can have with the Lord. His beloved is sitting in a kunj, being angry with him, and the Lord stands at the kunja gate with tear-filled eyes, like a beggar, like an offender. Manamai, proud Radhika, then angrily rebukes him, saying, "Go, Madhava, go, Keshava. Don't speak your false words to me now. Just follow that girl who removes your sorrow, O lotus-eyed one." Prema really becomes manifest when there develops a feeling of he or she is mine. So that is so amazing. Maybe we can share on this point what Baba makes, that Krishna is yes. Who is it?
Sorry. Goranga.
Yes.
Radhe Radhe.
Please.
The last 2-3 days we were listening so much from Jayananda Maharaj about his direct experience of Madhukari. So we can see here that Krishna is also wants Madhukari. He's praying, he's begging Madhukari of love. So this is the ultimate meaning of begging Madhukari. But first, person has to be humble, subdued to love, subdued to someone who can give him this kind of Madhukari. Because this Madhukari of love is Madhu, is the honey, is real nectar. And love has real nectar. So Krishna is begging Radhika, asking for Madhukari, knocking in front of her door, of her heart, and taking the position of beggar, complete beggar, lowest of the lowest. So he is teaching how to approach to love, because this is only way how we can receive the love. Because it's not the problem of object of love, but the problem sometimes can be in receiver. Object of love is always ready to give and to give. Especially Radhika is embodiment of love. So she is always giving, and one of the reasons why is she is Kalyani. Only someone who is in the mood of giving, he deserves this name of all auspiciousness, Kalyani. And she is doing that, and knowing that Krishna is like a beggar approaching to her heart, begging this Madhu Kari. He is begging the nectar, Madhu, the honey, pure Radhika's love. So it was my just small interruption of you. Sorry.
No, beautiful. Thank you, Gauranga Singha. That is a sweet reminder of what is the subject today. How to beg.
I just got a picture, actually, how the mercy is coming to us. If you see this big dam, a dam which is holding back a lot of water. So the dam of mercy, if one drop is coming through, it will break soon. You know this. When a dam that is coming through water, then it will break completely after some time. So when I heard that, actually, if one drop by the mercy of Gurudev is entering your heart, then it's sure that soon the whole dam will break and flood your heart. If you just go on receiving these drops, more and more will come. And then it will flood your heart. And this is the mercy of our Kalyani, which will flood the heart completely, and then no dirt can stay inside. Not possible. Because this is the power of this completely pure Brahma.
And I like this, how it is an ongoing subject in all the scriptures, like Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitamrita, and now the highest revelation of Srimati Radhika's mercy and her relationship, Radhara Sudhanidhi and Vilapa Kusumanjali, that actually when Krishna is mostly attracted is when we don't treat him like the Supreme Lord. But that can only happen when there's like a deep, deep relationship without fear, without anxiety, means a relationship with the spiritual senses. And he loves to be bound by Mother Yashoda. He loves to be bound by the love of the cowherd boys. But what he loves most is to beg Srimati Radhika for her mercy, for her merciful sidelong glance also, with her tear-filled eyes. And she is in complete in harmony, or let's say she always knows, she always feels what he needs most. So sometimes she is very sweet, and sometimes she gives him a salty taste or a sour taste. According to the situation, she will always make him relish more and more, that his eyes can fill with these tears of love and surprise. And that is so amazing that we, as the smallest covered living entities, have a chance now, by the mercy of our dear Gaurangi and Gauranga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that we can enter into that. We can pray for that, and we can also feel the sweetness of the Brajabha. Now there comes another example of this. In this regard, Lord Brahma prayed to Krishna, everyone may know that he may say that he may know you in full. Let them know it. What more can I say, O Lord? I cannot perceive your greatness with my mind, my body, or my words. But in Vraja, a tailor will come up to Krishna with a measure stick to see what size he has. That is the wonderful power of the love of Vrindavan, of Vraja. The address Kalyani is illuminated by the sweet luster of Radha and Mohan's mutual relish of each other. The Acharyas have taught we must see Mohan from Radharani's perspective.
Wow.
And Radharani from Mohan's perspective. She bestows welfare to Shyama Sundara. Shri Krishna bestows welfare on the whole world, and Swamini embodies this welfare. It's also a beautiful point, no? That Shri Krishna is in giving himself through Srimati Radhika. And that is the point, that she is the embodiment of his welfare, of his mercy, of his all that he can give, the highest he can give, is Srimati Radhika and her service. In Purva Rag, the embodiment of bliss is hankering for Sri Radha. Purva Raga means the beginning of their love, when they are just young and they are meeting, and maybe they have not even met yet because they couldn't leave their houses, or they are just dreaming to meet. In Purva Rag, the embodiment of bliss, Mohan, is hankering for Sri Radha. The Mahajans have written, Radhe, when Subal gives Krishna a golden garland of champaka flowers, his mind trembles and tears of passionate love flow from his eyes. O beautiful girl, your form always awakens great love in his heart. Day and night.
Maybe I can make a point here.
Yes.
I was just staying with the sentence, we have to see Shyam Sundara from Radharani's perspective, and we have to see Radharani from Shyam Sundara's perspective. I think this is a very important point, actually. To understand a person means you see through the eyes of love. But what love? Our limited love or the highest possible love for that person? So if we want to understand what means feel, not understand in the head, if we want to really understand what is about this love exchange of these two persons, we have to take the view of the other person. Otherwise, it's not possible to get a real glimpse of this love. Then we would stick in our perspective of love, which it is right now, and it will not grow. So if we dive deep in this meditation, because it's a meditation, I want to see this Shyam through Radharani's eyes, why she loves him, how she loves him. And then I get the mercy. I get the mercy from a person who also wanted that. And this is our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when I get his mercy, then by his mercy, I will get another person who actually is connecting me with this stream of mercy. This is Gurudev. And in this way, I can really get a glimpse. Otherwise, it's not possible. So we have to see it through that way. It's very important. Otherwise, we cannot really understand or feel what is going on there. And then we may understand what is written here in these wonderful verses which Suniti is reading now. I just wanted to mention that. Radhe Radhe.
If I say something, and please correct me, because I need correction if I'm wrong. And it's very important for me to properly understand these words. And we can see that Baba is saying the acharyas have taught. Acharyas. We must see Krishna from Radharani's perspective and Radharani from Krishna's perspective. What's coming to me is that they are speaking in a general way, talking about two bhavas. One bhava is a perspective from Manjari Bhava. We want to see Krishna from Radharani's perspective, like Gauravani explained, through her feelings. This is the best way, and connected with her feelings and feelings of her maidservants. How she feels Krishna, which kind of feelings are, because in Manjari Seva we know that. Manjaris has to know this, because they have to serve in proper mood, Yugala Kishore. But Baba says here also, Acharyas taught. We must see Krishna from Radharani's perspective and Radharani from Krishna's perspective. So I feel here that is another bhava, because there are different devotees. And this is the Sakhi bhava. When most of Sakhis are with Radharani because of Krishna, and most of Sakhis and her maidservants, helpers, sancharis, they are seeing Krishna, Radhika through emotions of Krishna. So I wanted to make this observation because it came to me that sometimes Acharya is very specific about these bhavas, and sometimes they are putting a little bit broad, that the different devotees make decision what they want, like a main point, like they're fixed bhava. So I said, I share this, and please correct me, because for my practice, it's very important to know these discriminations and understand.
It can be like you say, brother, but I can also understand to see Krishna to see Radhika from the perspective of Krishna can also mean that we have to see Radhika from the perspective of Krishna can mean that we have to make Radhika as beautiful as possible for the enjoyment of Krishna, that his rasa gets higher. So both, like you said, it can be another bhav, but both can be in Manjari bhav. So that we can see, of course, we see Radha as Krishna sees her, that's normal. But when we see Krishna from the eyes of Radhika, this is of course normal in Manjari bhav. But seeing Radhika through the eyes of Krishna can be the impetus for the Manjaris to decorate and to make Radhika as beautiful as possible so that Krishna can enjoy her the most. So both are compatible also in Manjari bhav. That is my understanding. But both is valuable, I think.
Yes, thank you, Baba. Thank you, Taro. So main point is to fix in own bhava.
Yes.
Then all these things are coming together. If we are not fixed in our own bhava, it's very easy to slip away and start to receive another bhavas.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Gurudev, if you want to say something.
Very good. Very clear. We have to, asthai bhav means we have to fix in one bhav. We cannot change the bhav. Kinkari means Radha. Kinkari, it should be asthai bhav. Bhav lasa. It cannot change as per instruction of Baba. Is paid Vilapa Kusumanjali 16. We cannot fix, then it's changing. And we don't need to be a teacher. We want to practice that. So we have to asthai practice in Bhavalasa. Because you are telling very right way. There are many different positions to feel it. But we have to feel always in Bhavanasa.
Yes.
Thank you, Gurudev, very much for helping me and clarifying me.
So, if you say 24 half is the Gayatri Mantra, right? 12 is Radha, 12 is Krishna, and half is Manjari. This half is Manjari because Manjari is so close with Radha, it's like a shadow. It cannot be separate from Radha. So this is 24 half. Because this, many are teaching that there is a Krishna mantra, Krishna, but I don't see. Radha Krishna is Krishna. Both when they become Krishna and Radha, Manjari never be far from Radhika. It is a shadow. Shadow is always going with the original. So that is Manjari Bhav. That's a Bhavanasa. So how not shadow will not what original is doing. Yeah. Knowing is an information and practicing
is a feeling.
realization. We have to realize it. This book by Anantas Babaji, to go not swim it, dive it, and collect the jewel from this. It's a diving book. You have to dive.
Radhe. Day and night he murmurs, Krishna, Vrishabhanu Nandini, without saying anything else out of confusion. Although hundreds and thousands of girls speak sweet words to him, he does not listen to them even in dreams. He can only pronounce the first syllable of your name, Ra, but out of ecstasy. He cannot pronounce the other one, Da. His eyes carry streams of tears, and that jewel of man rolls on the ground. Who can describe his distress? Govinda Das submits these news about Kanu, Mohan, to your lotus feet. Know that he feels miserable and that only your grace, Kalyan, can destroy his suffering.
Radhe. So we can hear example here from Govinda Das, who from Manjari Baba was talking to Radhika about Krishna. And through Krishna's feelings, expressions of his feelings, he is talking and glorifying. He's talking to Radhika, in the same time glorifying Krishna, who is in love with Radhika. So it means maybe that we can know Radhika also through Krishna, but through the words of Manjaris. Because Manjaris are talking to Krishna, to Radhika, sorry, my English is broken. Manjaris are talking to Radhika how Krishna is suffering, and they have experience of his suffering, but for Shri Radhika.
Yeah, very good. And Manjari knows that Krishna will go, then Radhika will suffer more. This is also very good. But Radhika is so much heavy man that she is not ready to come down. So she finds the reason about that. Then she finds she is in man because of Lalita. So Manjari went to Lalita to request that it will be very difficult. Please say to Radhika that he come out from the man. And when the Lalita Sakhi come and he requests to Radhika, now it's too much now. Why you are in man? Then she become quiet. This is the thing also. So we worship Lalita. Why? Because she is the controller of my Swami. She said, then Lalita says something, she has to follow that. Radhe, Radhe. So beautiful, so much love she is giving, unconditional, to her friends. Sri Radhe.
Shri Krishna bestows auspiciousness on the world, but Srimati Radhika bestows auspiciousness even on him.
Wow, no. This, no. Mundavar. German class, no?
Yeah.
I also know some German.
Yes, Gurudev.
Baba teaching, Mundavar. He is my teacher. Right?
Schlafen Sie gut. Schlafen Sie gut?
Oh, Atavan.
Autobahn. Highway.
Autobahn. Not like a taxi. Very nice sleeping.
Sri Govinda considers himself blessed when he attains Radhika's company.
Yeah, this is the beauty of my Baba. Before we understand something else, he changed everything in Unnato Jwarasa
Raki above.
and
Babulas Rati.
Asrati. That is a style. Nothing more to understand. More thing. Today, whole night, my Gaura Sundar not sleep. Why? Because to know Brajendra Nandan, that what is the qualification to foolish child. And he remembers that Jesus speaking, you have to become child. Child means very innocent and foolish. And we learn something, then we think that we are qualified. So what we are qualification is not qualification. We have the real qualification is to become child is the qualification. And this make him not to sleep 1 minute of that why we are learning and trying to become qualified. Because we not understand. Foolish child can understand Brajendra. We don't understand the way of love. Child can understand the God. Radhe, Radhe. You have to talk. He's very Rasik Baba. Really, he is Rasik. We wake up at 3:30 and he reads that time. When he sleeps, he reads 1-2 page of his reading now. Prem Bhakti Chandrika. How to increase prema. My God. Wow.
That's because he's sleeping with you, Gurudev. It comes in Nishi Dominus.
Wow. I don't know. I am sleeping with her. I am learning from him. Wow. So great. So I never expect that he is so elevated.
はい、チキクリッパ。
Huh?
はい、チキクリッパ、グリで。And I feel, you explain 24 syllable and half because, we are thinking Manjari Bhava is highest, but actually Manjari is the most humblest person. And like a child also. So Gurudev today is saying Gurudev.
Baby cannot say, so they don't understand. And baby not say anything. But the fact is this.
Yes.
Both of us not working without Manjari. Krishna cannot see Radha. Radha cannot meet Krishna. All arrangement is happened by Manjari. But he's the baby of Radha. Nothing can move without Manjari. And my Swami never lose her because of Manjari. Jayasri, she is always Jayasri. Krishna never win from my Swami. One water sports in Radha Kund, she lose, but she will not lose. Manjari says she not lose, she win here also. Water sport in Radha. Manjari said this. She not lose, because losing means she cannot take kiss to Krishna with the front of her Sakis. So she lose that on any way Krishna can take the kiss of Radhika is same. Either this way or that. So good. Yeah. So she is a real winner. And must bring the same clothes for Radhika because for Krishna that he can see very nice to win today, because Manjari knows what pastime is going to happen. Jai Jai Jai
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go.